Fox 32 has investigated Henyard's use of a police security detail, taking officers off the street and costing thousands of dollars.
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments. There will be anything. It'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
Katt Williams, the undisputed king of comedy and a true master at throwing shade, has struck again. This time, his razor-sharp humor is targeting none other than the infamous Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who's been in the spotlight lately, but not for the reasons she'd hope. Now, before we dive headfirst into the scandal shaking up the town, let's first set the stage and talk about the one man who's never shy about speaking his truth.
Quite likely to tell the whole truth and nothing but...
Katt Williams is no stranger to controversy. In fact, he practically thrives on it. This is the comedian who's built a career calling out the corrupt, the hypocritical, and the downright shady. He's the guy who's not afraid to expose the underbelly of Hollywood, poke fun at the so-called Illuminati, or roast politicians who think they're untouchable. Remember when he took aim at Kamala Harris? Yeah, that was just the tip of the iceberg. Katt has earned his reputation as a truth-teller in a world filled with liars, and his fans can't get enough of it. Now picture this. Katt's on stage, microphone in hand, his signature wild hair catching the light as he paces back and forth, delivering punchlines with the precision of a sniper. He's deep, I mean deep, into one of his epic rants about the state of the world when he suddenly shifts gears, turning his focus to politicians, the arrogant, greedy fools who think they can get away with anything. The crowd is buzzing, eagerly awaiting who he'll roast next. And then Katt drops the bombshell. You know who really needs to sit down? That Tiffany Henyard, out here acting like she's untouchable, spending all that taxpayer money like it's Monopoly cash. Who does she think she is? Beyoncé? She's just another greedy politician about to get a reality check. The audience erupts in laughter, but there's a sharpness in Katt's tone that makes it clear he's not just joking around. He's putting Tiffany Henyard on blast. And honestly, it's about time someone did. So, who is Tiffany Henyard? And why is she suddenly the talk of the town? Well, Tiffany Henyard, the mayor of Dolton, Illinois, and the Thornton Township supervisor, has found herself at the center of scandal after scandal since taking office. Elected in 2021, she quickly made a name for herself, but definitely not for the reasons anyone would want a public official to be remembered for. From accusations of lavish spending to allegations of corruption, Henyard has come to symbolize everything that's wrong with small-town politics. Let's break it down. Henyard's administration has been accused of spending hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars on unnecessary luxuries. We're talking first-class flights, high-end hotel rooms, expensive dinners, and even a $43,000 shopping spree on Amazon, all charged to the city's credit card. Yes, you read that right. $43,000 in a single day. What on earth could you possibly need to buy on Amazon for that kind of money? It's enough to make your head spin.
They knew what they were doing, and they thought they could.
But it doesn't stop there. Critics of Henyard claim she's been using her position to line her own pockets and those of her allies, all while completely neglecting the very people she was elected to serve. There are stories of her throwing lavish parties, funding personal trips with public money, and even using taxpayer dollars to promote her own image with billboards plastered all over town. And let's not forget the accusations of nepotism. Her close friends and family members allegedly landing cushy jobs within the administration. It's a pattern that's raised some serious questions about her priorities and leadership. How can a public official be trusted when it seems like they're more focused on personal gain than the well-being of the community?
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other question?
One of the most outrageous examples of her audacity? A 10-day trip to Springfield, Illinois, supposedly for her charitable foundation, Tiffany Henyard Cares. The foundation, which claims to support cancer patients, conveniently received a $10,000 donation from the town board on the very same day it was chartered. Talk about timing, right? But instead of focusing on the charity's mission, Henyard allegedly used those funds to finance a luxury road trip. We're talking stays at fancy hotels, meals at upscale restaurants, and even a personal photographer to capture every moment. The total bill? A staggering $11,000, all charged to the Dolton credit card.
I think it's interesting about this case, this story, is you can be highly legal and unethical.
If that wasn't enough, Henyard's administration has come under heavy fire for its handling of public funds. The village of Dolton, once in a strong financial position, is now drowning in debt. When Henyard took office, the village had a surplus of $56 million. Fast forward to today, and that surplus has transformed into a staggering $365 million deficit. How does a town go from being in the black to sinking so deep into the red? According to her critics, the answer is simple. Henyard's reckless spending and poor financial management.
Debt, and that is the finding of an investigation of village finances and the spending habits of beleaguered.
Let's talk about the fallout from all of this. Henyard's actions haven't just been controversial. They've been downright scandalous. In fact, the Illinois Comptroller's Office took the unprecedented step of freezing payments to the village of Dolton because Henyard refused to provide overdue audits. That's right. The state had to step in because the town's finances were in such disarray under her watch.
No, he's not employed by us. So you have got just this giant...
And it's not just the state government taking notice. The FBI has also launched an investigation into Henyard's administration, focusing on potential corruption and the misuse of taxpayer funds. Subpoenas have been issued, and investigators are digging into everything from her spending habits to her ties with local businesses. There's even speculation that Henyard may have tried to cover up an incident of misconduct that allegedly occurred during one of her taxpayer-funded trips. If these allegations hold any weight, it could mark the end of her political career and possibly lead to criminal charges. One way the government always handles this? They investigate the people around her, and that's exactly what's happening here. As the scandal continues to unfold, it's hard not to see the parallels between Henyard's story and the many tales of political corruption that Katt has called out over the years. Katt has always been the voice of the people, a comedian unafraid to take on the powerful when they step out of line. And with Henyard, he's found the perfect target, a politician who seems to represent everything that's wrong with the system. But what makes Katt's critique of Henyard so powerful is that it's not just about her. It's about the bigger picture. It's about how power corrupts and how those in positions of authority often lose sight of the very people they're supposed to serve. Katt's comedy has always been about exposing the truth. And in this case, the truth is clear. Henyard is just one of many politicians who think they're above the law. All lies will be exposed, and anyone who takes that the wrong way, well, they'll just have to deal with it. As Katt wraps up his set, you can't help but feel that he's done more than just make the audience laugh. He's made them think, and that's what great comedy is all about. Sure, Henyard might dismiss his jokes as just another attack from one of her critics, but deep down, she knows Katt is onto something. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much power you have or how many people you try to control, there's always going to be someone like Katt ready to call you out on your BS. The township residents are paying for her fun. Let's be real. If there's one thing Tiffany Henyard needs right now, it's a reality check. Whether it's the FBI, the Illinois Comptroller, or the Court of Public Opinion, someone's going to hold her accountable. And when that day comes, you can bet Katt Williams will be there, microphone in hand, ready to say, "I told you so." But until that day arrives, all we can do is sit back, watch the drama unfold, and enjoy the show. Because as long as politicians like Tiffany Henyard are out there, Katt Williams will never run out of material. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way. The fans haven't held back their opinions on Tiffany Henyard, and the consensus is clear. People are fed up. Take this comment, for example. "She'll be the last youngest woman ever to be elected now. Thanks for setting the example." Dripping with sarcasm, this comment perfectly captures the frustration many feel about Henyard's rise to power and her subsequent downfall. It highlights how her actions have not only tarnished her reputation, but also set a discouraging precedent for future leaders, especially young women in politics, who might now face increased scrutiny and doubt because of her behavior. Then there's the blunt comment, "She is a grifter?" Hopefully, she'll be held accountable for her crimes. This fan isn't mincing words, calling Henyard out as a grifter, a term often used for someone who swindles others for personal gain. The call for accountability reflects a broader desire among the public to see justice served, not just another politician walking away scot-free after betraying the public trust.